Santa Clara Parade of Champions, it's a 50-year-old tradition. It was founded in 1945. Originally, it was to welcome back the vets from World War II and thank you for saving the world. And it was such a great parade that they continue to do it for 50 years. It's basically a fundraising opportunity for the communities in which the parade is in. Currently, our reach is Silicon Valley. So the JW House does so much good for a variety of families who are going through a difficult medical crisis, and it just seemed like a good fit. A lot of community organizations within Santa Clara also support JW House. So that's why we chose them. I also had a very personal experience last year, and that's why I chose JW House. What I like, what our organization, it's a nonprofit, by the way, a 501c3. What we like about a JW House is how it impacts intergenerationally. In my case, it was my 91-year-old dad that ended up in the hospital, but a lot of children are impacted by medical crisis, and the families, it impacts the families around them. And we, because of that. And also we connected with JW's story. You know, here's a young man, 14, just a young man, and his altruistic way about wanting to help others like he was helped. Started this whole thing, this phenomena actually, and that's why we chose JW House, because so many people who experience JW House are deeply connected with it afterwards and want to continue to help it over the years. It's I don't think I see that with a lot of organizations, like they can do that. That's impressive. I first met JW House, it was September 2018, and it was through a medical crisis. My dad had a stroke, and he had numerous problems health-wise, and he has Alzheimer's too, which makes going to the hospital very difficult. A lack of sleep is how you take care of my dad, because he's up at the strangest hours of the night. So we had to, it was an emergency situation. We took him to the hospital by ambulance, and they were able to help him with the clot, but they put him in ICU. We weren't sure if he was going to make it. My mom, who's also 86, we were a little exhausted, and we were going on 24 hours, and out of the blue, this wonderful social worker appears at Kaiser, and I think she felt sorry for us because we're running on fumes, and she said, you guys need a break, and we're like, but we're worried about Dad. We didn't want to go. And she said, no, I know a place. And she explained JW House to me. And I was like, I've never heard of JW House. I thought, what a great organization. How far away is that? She goes, oh, you could walk. It's right over there. And we landed there. And the nicest people were at JW House. There was a pastor. He was a Methodist pastor. He was making pea soup because he donates his time every week, and just everyone who was there was so compassionate and kind and wanted to make sure we rested and had a meal so that we can go back to the ICU. And that really touched me. It felt like home, you know, in a place that's very far removed from home, which is ICU. And it refreshed. Both of us were refreshed. We felt like we can continue on, so we ended up back at the ICU for numerous hours, but we knew that JW House was nearby if we needed to stop by. We were always welcomed, and that was phenomenal. I don't think I've ever experienced that before at any hospital I've ever been to, so I'm so proud that we have JW in Santa Clara. It's phenomenal. It's the sense of family here. Like the volunteers, they all have a story, and they share their story with you. They're very transparent of why they're here and why it means so much to them. I was hooked on the JW story. I think what an amazing child that was. His mother, Anne, is incredible. She has a joy about her and a loving demeanor that makes you want to come back over and over again. I think it's that sense of home and family. There's really no other organization that offers it. I mean, if you walk around this place, you can see what it is. There's children's toys out there. There's a meditation garden. There's it feels like I could just get a great game of Scrabble going here, you know, and rest up and feel good about my next trip to the hospital. So I like JW for that.